All right, so what are we doing right now?
We are looking up the fucking ARP washers, the threads, and the nuts, as per ARP's instructions.
And why is this?
Because ARP said so.
All right. And then we got everything in here. Rods, pistons, piston rings, bearings. This Forged Performance piston ring compressor sleeve. They had a overnight ship from Japan to get here in time for this build. And then,
Overnight shipping from Japan?
yeah.
Damn, Daniel.
And then we got our blueprint here of the motor. This is our cylinder bore, piston diameter, and the cylinder wall to piston clearance. I don't know what these numbers mean, but they're there. And then over here, we got another 6-bolt in the works. So we have torqued down these bolts to do what? We're measuring oil clearance, correct?
No, we're just gonna check the bore on the mains.
Okay. The bore on the mains. And what are we looking for? A specific number?
Yeah.
Oh, part out.
And that number, I figured it out on my own. It's not even on the fucking manual.
Really?
Yeah.
And what is this tool called?
This is dial bore gauge.
Dial bore gauge. How are we looking so far?
So far, those two are pretty much even.
And if one's not even, what does that mean? Part out?
Yeah. I mean, so you know, which is the mains 9 volt.
So now what are we doing?
Measuring the kernels on the crank. And we are going to get the clearance from the crank to the bearings.
Which are already on the block. And this is done versus that plastic gauge.
Yep.
Is this more accurate?
Way more accurate.
Okay.
Plastic gauge, you're guessing. You don't even know what numbers it is. And with plastic gauge, there's always you're more than likely to make an error with it because you can't really tell how much the fucking gauge spreads out after you crush it.
Okay.
So with this, we're getting the
Actual
measurement.
measurements.
We're getting the actual measurement, exactly.
Okay. The more you know. it is. Okay, so all our measurements have been taken. So far we are in the clear. Here are our bearing clearances. And we are all within service limit. However, the thing about ARP mains is that since I would say they're so much like stronger than OEM mains, is that when you tighten these down or torque them down, it gets rid of all that loose play that OEM mains leave. So you need to get this lined hone, because sometimes it actually tighten it to the point where these are out of line, and thus you'll have binding with the crank. So far we've been having everything's within spec for out of round, but who's to say, you know, that this is a perfect circle this way, that one's a perfect circle that way, and vice versa, you know? So the only thing left to do is actually drop in the crank with everything and see if it'll spin. I'm hoping it does, and if not, then I'm so screwed again. But we're making good progress. I actually have a blueprint for my motor now. So crank is in. Everything's torqued down. We are in spec for everything. Thank God. Now we are sizing up the rods, whatever that means. So what are we doing, Fern?
You need 3x3 pads or just one shot?
I'm gonna set up some double boards.
Oh wait, hold on. I need to check the stretch on that first though.
We're checking stretch on these rod bolts.
Where's it at?
4.5.
Where's it supposed to be at?
58 to 62.
So is that bad? So we're gonna go more?
Mm-hmm.
And what was that? At 43?
45 to 50.
Ooh, yours are loose, Fern.
No. What we got right now?
55 to 50.
Yeah, that's way too much over here. Sorry.
That's where we're at there.
Yep.
And what torque did you do that
60 foot-pounds.
for the rod bolts to get what stretch?
Between 58. Is it 58 thousandths? Yeah. 58 thousandths.
So
I was aiming
six.
for 6 thousandths, but
Mhm.
got it at 58.
So we had to go torque these rod bolts to 60 foot-pounds in order to get the proper stretch out of them. Recommended by ARP. So the more you know. Now to repeat that for all 4.
So it's 2,000. That's 2,000.
And what is this checking for?
Checking for roundness and making sure the bores are good. And the rods. Alright, this one's good.
So we got 1 good rod out of 4. And then we just repeat that for all 4.
Yep.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, won't you let the light shine through?
Okay, so rods are spec'd out, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We got the clearance all for them. We are now moving on to the ring gap for these pistons. And we're going for the high performance street / strip. And
Right. 15,000 to 18,000.
oh, there you go. Here's all the math. We're cutting them on this lovely machine and throwing them on in the block.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?
That's to smooth off the rough edges, right? So it doesn't scratch up the block.
Exactly.
Clever girl. We're almost there.
FPU.
And now pistons and rods are being assembled. All the ring gaps have been set. And then we put the rings on the piston. And then we got this neat little tool from Wiseco directly. I'm not sure how it works, but it's tapered. So you put the piston and rod and push it in, and as you push it in, it compresses the rings into the cylinder. And do that to all four. Final assembly of the pistons before we put on the rings. And I believe the blueprint is pretty much done, right? Alright, so let's take a quick look-sees. All I know there is that it's all within spec. But the actual values of those numbers, I have no idea. What else have we got in the parts box? Bearings are on. Pistons, we have the ARP head studs. Hopefully just to seal the whole block up, get the head on. Last time we'll see this smooth finish. Okay, so here's how this works. Wow, you fancy, huh? Alright, I see you, I see you.
Damn, Daniel.
Okay, okay. All right, pistons are in. Got a little secret message. And now we're throwing in all the head studs. These are APR head studs. Gate. So you're telling me we're not going with stock? And these have to be hand tight, correct? Mm-hmm. And then you torque them down. Yada yada. She's so pretty. Can we just run this motor without a head so I can see the pistons all the time? Like, this is so sad how this is gonna be covered. All that work just to have it hidden. Whatevers.
We're showing it down there.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. So what, 200 to the wheels?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool.
To the front, too.
To the each wheel. Cool. Cool. Current situation. I'm trying to figure out if all my oil squirters clear the pistons. Because with aftermarket pistons, strobing, you run the risk of these actually touching. And we did have 2 touch. So we bent them slightly to avoid it. But now we're just making sure everything clears. So, small little detail, but something you want to keep an eye out for. That one's pretty close, actually. That one's good. This one's pretty close.
Okay.
We gooch.
Okay.
Alright. Oil squirters in. And free from trouble. Now to get this head slapped on. For real. Oil squirter hater.
I can't find my way back to you until you make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home. Until you find your way back home. back home. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Until you find your way back home. I can't regret leaving you alone.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. I'm gonna install it like this. Upside down. Give the Subaru guys something to question.
Bam. There we go. Subaru status what?
All right, cool. Now, the fun part, I'm getting this in my car.
How are you going to get it out of your car?
That's easy. I'm just gonna leave it in the car until you guys come over and help me.
Still back there. You're gonna like a lot of it on? Yeah, where your fucking springs? These go like 800 pounds?